You are listening to the Monster Moon Radio Network.
Welcome to Movie Talk. I like to live dangerously.
Did you hear this?
Yes.
In the face.
And here are your hosts, Brian Seals, Brett Seals, and Vic Vasquez.
And welcome to the revamped new edition of Movie Talk.
I liked your little
Radio.
hesitation there.
You like that?
Revamped.
It's very good. It is revamped.
on edge.
We're revamping everything, including the logo, everything.
New logo. We got a website coming out February 1st, which we'll talk about towards the end of the show.
Well, I am your host, Brian Sills, and you can follow me on Twitter at Movie Talk Brian. Here along with my co-host. Introduce yourself, guys.
Hey guys, my name is Vic Vasquez.
Hey guys, very formal.
Yeah, a little wave. Hello.
Yeah.
How we doing out there? You can follow me on Twitter at TheTorvic23.
You can follow me on Twitter. I'm Brett Seals. I actually changed my Twitter name from the Podcast King to Movie Talk Brett. So
about time.
Yeah, I thought it was a little arrogant. So
It
I'm
was.
I'm like, okay. I'm like, I can't call myself that. If somebody else wants to call me that, that's okay.
That's on them.
I don't think anyone will call you that.
Probably not. You're right. But, I can dream.
It's worth a shot.
Yes.
I'm surprised it was open, though.
Yes. We do have a lot of stuff to talk about on tonight's show. Film reviews. You guys saw a lot more movies than I did, but we have film reviews to talk about. We have Golden Globe results are in. We have that to talk about as well. A lot of news. Marvel, Star Wars. It's usually the same type of news to talk about, but... And like Brett said, we do have a website that we will mention later on in the show. But how about we get things started with this day in film history?
All right, guys. January 14th is today's date. On this day in 1933, Stan Brakhage was born in Kansas City, Missouri. He was a director and cinematographer known for Window, Water, Baby Moving, the act of seeing with one's own eyes, and Mothlight. He would have been 81 today. So happy birthday, Stan.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Stan.
birthday. 1941, Faye Dunaway was born in Bascom, Florida. Dunaway is an Academy Award-winning actress for her performance in Network. She was also Bonnie to Warren Beatty's Clyde, so this is the original Bonnie.
You're the
Happy
Bonnie
73rd birthday.
You're the Bonnie to my Clyde.
They keep remaking that for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, I still have yet to see the TV version
Oh,
with Emil Hirsch.
I'm not even going to bother.
I keep hearing it's good, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, also on this day in 1954, New York Yankees center fielder Joe DiMaggio and Marilyn Monroe got married in San Francisco, California. The two divorced just 9 months later after an incident between the couple was supposed to have occurred immediately after the skirt-blowing scene in The 7-Year Itch, which was filmed 8 months to the day of their wedding. So, because of that famous skirt-blowing scene, that's why allegedly they got divorced.
That
Believe it or
really
not.
sucks.
Never knew that. Even I'm learning on this day in history.
We all learned something.
Yeah,
It
we
has
do.
more to that scene, too.
Yeah, it does. I never knew that. Great movie, too, by the way. Also on this day, 1957, Humphrey Bogart died of lung cancer in Los Angeles. Bogart is an Academy Award winner for his performance in The African Queen, but is most famously known as Rick Blaine in the classic film Casablanca. Today is the 57th anniversary of his death, so...
That was
passing of a legend.
It was a tough loss.
Fallen tribute. I liked your little
salute there.
Little salute there. Yes. But that is what happened on this day in film history.
Nice. Well done. Well, we also have some DVD releases to talk about on this day, and we actually got 5 to talk about. I know Vic is excited about one of them.
Ooh, he's thinking.
Do you even know
which
what
one
it is?
are you talking about?
Do you even know what it is?
Runner, maybe?
Nope.
That was last week, I think.
That was last week.
See, you were excited about that one, too.
I'm talking about Riddick.
Oh, yeah.
Is that on DVD?
Did you care for that movie?
I missed the second one, so I didn't really get the third one.
Yes.
I think you got to see the second one and the third one, which I didn't.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, also out on DVD is the Fruitvale Station.
I think it's just... Is it the Fruitvale Station?
Fruitvale Station.
It's like Facebook, drop the
Yeah, it's cooler that way.
You saw the movie, though. What'd you think?
I did. I loved it. It was a great movie.
I've been trying to see it. I'm trying to,
Well, it's out in stores now, so.
Oh.
I was actually at the station not that long ago. I was there.
The actual Fruitvale Station. Yeah,
You didn't
all the
reenact?
time driving back.
No,
from
I
Frisco.
kept my hands to myself.
Okay,
Yeah.
good boy. Good boy.
job.
Also out on DVD is the remake Carrie.
No.
Yeah, didn't bother seeing this one. I wasn't even a fan of the original,
No.
sadly.
Stephen King. No.
Also out on DVD is Enough Said.
Enough said. Yeah, I mean...
You guys are going to have to
really
IMDb
think
that
hard.
later. But my favorite out of the bunch is Lee Daniels' The Butler.
I still want to see that as well.
Is that on DVD? A great, awesome movie.
Great, awesome.
Yes.
Great.
Great.
And
Not
awesome.
just great.
Not just
but
great,
awesome.
it's awesome,
It's a great,
too.
awesome movie.
Awesomely
That's
great.
awesome.
Yes, awesomely great.
Great.
Cool.
Awesome.
Well put. Well put. But those are our DVD releases. So now we're going to dive right into the box office results. And we
Of course.
are wrong, as always.
Yeah, it's expected every week pretty much. It's like
It wasn't Frozen this time. though.
I know, Frozen finally. But it's actually her that screwed me over this week.
Yes. For me, it was Hercules that messed me over.
Well, her wasn't even in the top 10.
No, it
was
dropped.
like-
It was at number 11, I believe.
And it was
11 or 12.
the wide release, but it was like a limited release, like I said. It was
Yeah. Well, at number 10 was Anchorman 2, which made $5.8 million. At number 9 was Paranormal Activity, the marked one, which made $6.2. At number 8 was Saving Mr. Banks, which made $6.5. At number 7 was August, Osage County, which made $7.1. At number 6 was The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug, which made 8 even.
Like,
At number 5 was American Hustle, which made 8.3. At number 4 was The Wolf of Wall Street, which made 8.8. At number 3 was The Legend of Hercules, which almost made 9.
that's embarrassing.
almost.
Almost made,
Made
9.
9.
Almost made 9 million. At number 2 was Frozen, which made 14.7. And at number
Respectable.
1 was Lone Survivor, which made 37.8.
Yes, sir. Which Vic saw apparently,
I
right?
saw Lone Survivor.
It's now
Yeah.
time
How
for-
was it? How
yes.
was it?
Film review time.
Pretty intense. Yeah.
These aren't written reviews, by the way.
No.
No, this is just our recommendation
Yeah.
reviews.
It was definitely one of the best war movies made. It definitely fits that bill.
Okay, I have...
Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah,
good?
I keep hearing a lot of saying, like, this is a great movie,
Yeah.
almost as good as Saving Private Ryan.
I
That's
would
what I
say
keep hearing.
It's as good as Black Hawk Down.
All right, that's not
Okay,
bad.
yeah, that's still pretty
Yeah.
good.
So it's on that
'Cause I'm-
level, I guess.
Because I mean,
Black Hawk
Saving
Down.
Private Ryan's a classic. I mean,
Well, yeah.
and so
That's a classic.
It's pretty intense. Action was great. Just everything was really done well and pretty amazing what they went through. You know?
yeah,
So,
true story, of course. Yeah,
Yes, I definitely want to see it. I wanted to see it this past weekend, but didn't get around to it.
But
reminded
thank
me
you-
a lot of like Battlefield as well, like the
Yeah.
the game. So some of like the camera angles and some of the explosions, I guess, reminded me of Battlefield, but it was still really well done.
Also, thanks to Sean Ambler, who wrote a review on the film on our upcoming website. So
Yes.
We got people working on our website already. Thanks,
Yeah.
Sean. Thanks to
Yes.
everybody else as well.
So
We'll get more to that later, but we also saw a lot of other movies.
Yeah.
I saw Her, which is the only film I've watched.
yeah, I saw it as well. I'll go. Spike Jonze,
Yes.
of course. The cast: Joaquin Phoenix, Scarlett Johansson, Amy Adams, and Rooney Mara. And the plot is about a lonely writer develops an unlikely relationship with his newly purchased operating system that's designed to meet his every need. What do you think about it, Brian?
I enjoyed it. I mean, it's different from any other movie out there, obviously, because it's the first of its kind.
Yeah.
It's a great love story. I think you said it yourself that it's going to be one of the best love stories of this time right now.
Well, originality. I mean, it's the most original I've seen and most, I don't know, unique.
Yes.
Like, it
It's-
took place in, like, modern day, but where technology was, like, further advanced. Like, all the technology in the film was, like,
yes.
what we'll see in, like, 20, 30 years.
Yes, I mean it's all about relationships. It does have a beautiful message to it if you can actually see what the message is. I mean, some people may have a hard time understanding it, but I mean, it's got a beautiful message. It was well done, great acting all around. I mean, it's well put together. It's definitely Spike Jonze. Like when he's not complaining about Quentin Tarantino, he knows how to make films.
Hey, he won a Golden Globe on Sunday, too,
he did.
For Best Original Screenplay.
He did. So I mean, honestly, when he's not like I said, making fights about like with Quentin Tarantino or anyone else, he makes good films. He just needs to focus on his own movies because I mean, this one's definitely a home run in my book.
Well, I love both of those two filmmakers right there. But Spike Jonze, I'm a huge fan of his movies, and a lot of people don't know that he's actually in Jackass. Did you guys know that?
Yes.
Yeah, I know Brian knew that. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, Spike Jonze wasn't even in that movie.
Yeah, I mean and he was in The Wolf of Wall Street. He's everywhere. He's just a great filmmaker, and he won a Golden Globe. But we'll talk about that later.
Yes.
But I also saw 12 Years a Slave, and I got to tell you, I mean, it won the Golden Globe on Sunday for a reason. This is one of the best films I've seen ever in history of my existence. And I'm pretty sure that on March 2nd it's going to win an Academy Award as well. So
That's pretty deep.
yeah, but the film, of course, which has an A+ cast. It's directed by Steve McQueen. It was written by John Ridley, starring Chiwetel Ejiofor, Lupita Nyong'o, Michael Fassbender, Brad Pitt, Benedict Cumberbatch, Paul Dano, Quvenzhané Wallace, and Paul Giamatti. That's a pretty great cast. Yeah. The plot is it's in the antebellum United States. Solomon Northup, a free black man from upstate New York, is abducted and sold into slavery. True story. And the best film. I mean, if I would have seen this film before we made our top 5 list, this would have been my number 1 film. That's how good it is. Yeah. But I also saw another film. Got busy this week.
Look at you over there.
Stepping it up. I saw August Osage County, which. Directed by John Wells, written by Tracy Letts, who also wrote the play. It stars Meryl Streep, Julia Roberts, Chris Cooper, Ewan McGregor, Juliette Lewis, Abigail Breslin, and Benedict Cumberbatch. A look at the lives of strong-willed women of the Weston family whose paths have diverged into a family crisis brings them back to the Oklahoma house they grew up in and to the dysfunctional woman who raised them, which is played by Meryl Streep. Personally, I think she should have won the Golden Globe over Amy Adams, but... I mean, that just shows... I mean,
it's Meryl Streep. She'd always win.
I mean, she's been nominated the most, and she's won the most Academy Awards, but, I mean, Amy Adams did a great job. That just says a lot about Amy Adams, but Meryl Streep was amazing in this movie. I highly recommend it. It's nominated for a reason.
Yes.
Good, because I actually do want to see that movie.
It's really great.
Yes, there's a lot of... Yeah, you beat... Like, all these movies you've seen, like, besides her, like, you beat me to the punch, and I've wanted to see these.
uTorrent.
Yes. You didn't hear that from us.
You did not. That wasn't me, actually. I'm sorry. But let's go to my favorite segment now.
That is our film reviews, which we'll continue to do, hopefully.
Yeah.
If not, we'll read you some of our reviews on our feature website, which, like I said, we'll talk about later on. But yes, it is now time to name that movie. And you guys ready for the plot?
Oh, boy.
I'm ready.
Yes.
Vic got it last week.
Yes, Vic got it last week. The object of this,
that.
I give a plot to both Vic and Brett, and throughout the entire show, they have the entire show to figure out what that name of the movie is from the plot that I
Have
give
I
them.
seen this movie?
You have.
Okay. Well, this might help then.
Yes. Okay, here we go.
Excuses.
I've got an advantage.
A young boy attempts to make the world a better place after his teacher gives him that chance.
Okay.
Dwell on that,
All right.
and we'll move right along into the news
I
with
got you.
Golden Globe winners.
I got you. Yes.
Golden Globes were this past weekend, and
Yeah.
what a doozy.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
It was fun to watch, too, actually. So
and as every award show comes up, you're going to talk about snubs before and after. And, I mean, there were some people who talked about some snubs.
Oh, I have more than just snubs to talk about, but go on.
The Golden Globes it was actually in December when they came out with the nominations, and we made our predictions. And, of course, Sunday was the Golden Globes, and we saw who got as many right. We predicted 10 major categories excluding television. I'll tell you who won and what we all chose. We'll start from the bottom. I was about to start from the top here. We're going to start with I was going to go with Best Picture. I'm going to save that for last. Best Director in a Motion Picture. The nominees were Alfonso Cuarón for Gravity, Paul Greengrass for Captain Phillips, Steve McQueen for 12 Years a Slave, Alexander Payne for Nebraska, and David O. Russell for American Hustle. I chose Alfonso Cuarón, so did Vic. Brian chose Steve McQueen, so me and Vic got 1 out of 10 so far. Best Animated Feature Film was Frozen, The Croods, and Despicable Me 2. Me and Brian chose Frozen, you chose The Croods.
because I actually saw the Croods and I enjoyed it a lot. So
And Brian and I didn't see any of them, but me and Brian also got another one right there. Best Supporting Actor in a Motion Picture, Barkhad Abdi for Captain Phillips, Daniel Bruhl for Rush, Bradley Cooper for American Hustle, Michael Fassbender for 12 Years a Slave, and Jared Leto, who won for Dallas Buyers Club. That was unanimous. Best Supporting Actress in a Motion Picture was Sally Hawkins for Blue Jasmine, Jennifer Lawrence for American Hustle, Lupita Nyong'o for 12 Years a Slave, Julie Roberts for August Osage County, and June Squibb for Nebraska. And I chose Lupita Nyong'o, and you chose Sally Hawkins, and you chose Jennifer Lawrence, and you got that one right as well. Best Actress in a Motion Picture, Comedy, or Musical, Amy Adams for American Hustle, Julie Delpy for Before Midnight, Greta Gerwig for Frances Ha, Julia Louis-Dreyfus for Enough Said, and Meryl Streep for August Osage County, which is who I chose. It was Amy Adams, and I believe you guys both got that one right, correct?
I sure did.
I did.
Best Actor in a Motion Picture, Comedy, Musical was Christian Bale for American Hustle, Bruce Dern for Nebraska, Leonardo DiCaprio for The Wolf of Wall Street, Oscar Isaac for Inside Llewyn Davis, and Joaquin Phoenix for Her. Brian, I believe you chose Joaquin Phoenix. And I chose Leonardo DiCaprio, who won, and Vic chose
Oscar Isaac.
Yeah, Oscar Isaac. Best Motion Picture for a Comedy and Musical, American Hustle was nominated with Her, Inside Llewyn Davis, Nebraska, and The Wolf of Wall Street. And I chose American Hustle, and I believe everyone chose American Hustle.
Yep.
Best Actress in Motion Picture Drama: Kate Blanchett in Blue Jasmine, Sandra Bullock in Gravity, Judi Dench in Philomena, Emma Thompson in Saving Mr. Banks, and Kate Winslet in Labor Day. I chose Sandra Bullock. You chose Sandra Bullock, and it was Kate Blanchett. So Brian won 7-10. I was in second place, 6 out of 10, and Vic was in third place with 5 out of 10.
I am the Golden Globe winner.
Now let's talk about some of the snub, or what people are calling snubs, because I don't want to take it away anything from anybody. Jennifer Lawrence and Amy Adams were two unexpected winners, I could say. Especially Jennifer Lawrence. A lot of people thought Lupita Nyong'o should have won. That's who I thought, but I mean, just because you win at the Golden Globes doesn't mean you'll win at the Academy Awards. So, but it was definitely well deserving. I mean, now she's got a Golden Globe to go with her Oscar for Jennifer Lawrence. But
well, not only just the snub, I don't know if you guys heard about this, but there's actually a bigger controversy going after the Golden Globes went down. Actually, a feud between two celebrities, believe it or not.
ooh.
Yes,
So
some very
that Taylor Swift nonsense.
No.
Oh, thank God.
No. This
Oh.
actually has to do with Jim Carrey
Oh, and Shia LaBeouf.
and Shia LaBeouf.
Yes, sir. I've heard about this. Yes.
I've read it and I'm baffled.
It's because of what Jim Carrey said when he was presenting American Hustle.
Yeah.
It's because of Shia LaBeouf plagiarized some graphic novel that I talked about, and Jim Carrey was
Yeah, well, I mean, honestly,
I can't remember exactly what he said, but
it's horrible. You can't take a joke.
that's what
And
they do. Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf like blew this way out of proportion because some of the things that he put on like his Twitter feed, I like was shocked when I read it. It's bad.
I honestly don't really care what Shia LaBeouf has to say.
It's bad. A lot of people like complained about it, including Jim Carrey's ex-girlfriend of 5 years, Jenny McCarthy,
Wow.
because apparently Shia LaBeouf like insulted not only Jim Carrey but his parenting skills and
Yeah.
his daughter.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So those are fighting words right there.
Yeah.
Are we gonna go? I don't know if we're gonna go into detail.
I would like to go into detail, but I'm just saying, like, I just wanted to bring that up.
Maybe we could talk about it on the next show a little bit more in
Probably a
detail.
little bit more detailed, but I thought it was quite interesting
Yeah,
to hear that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people aren't getting along with Shia LaBeouf, and we actually are talking about him later in the news, believe it or not, about more people being upset with him. So, I mean, he's becoming a nuisance a little bit in Hollywood.
I'm starting to wonder maybe he might have a substance problem.
He might. I mean, the way he looks. I mean, he's all right.
The way he looks and the way he's acting, especially. I mean, that's some signs.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens in Hollywood. Apparently,
Has he been hanging out with Josh Brolin? Possibly.
he might have. He might be. I don't know. Is he still in rehab? Do they have visiting hours or
I
something?
don't know.
You never know.
Sneaking him in some booze or something.
Hey, well, maybe Shia LaBeouf might see him in rehab, perhaps.
Possibly.
But, yeah.
Hopefully not in a movie theater.
Yeah,
though.
hopefully not.
Hopefully not in a movie theater.
Hopefully not in the movie theater, because there was actually a shooting at a movie theater in Wesley Chapel, Florida. It was during the Lone Survivor. Apparently, one gentleman took offense to another gentleman texting during the film. It started with a father sending a text message to his daughter during the previews, and it ended with the 43-year-old man shot dead by a 71-year-old retired police officer.
Oh,
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
That just made the story even more like.
Yeah.
Holy
Well,
crap.
okay, all right.
Apparently, they were going back and forth. The old police officer went to go get an employee as well. They came back. He seemed a little upset. I guess the employee didn't go with him, and so they were going back and forth in the movie theater. And popcorn was thrown, and then bullets were thrown apparently too.
Wow.
So this was
Makes it kind of almost like where it's not safe to even go to the movies anymore.
I mean, he was a retired cop. He was 71 years old.
And I guess he just took offense to the man texting during the previews. And
I really want to try and see that from this guy's perspective, because I mean, he's obviously getting upset because this guy's texting and he's being distracting. Didn't he think that the gun would be more distracting once he fucking fired it? I mean,
well, yeah, seriously, he wanted to watch this movie.
Lone Survivor.
Yeah, Lone Survivor.
It was like around 1 p.m. as well.
Well,
So.
not just only that, but
Whoa.
he gets offended by the guy texting because he's wanting to see Lone Survivor. But then he like Brett said, he pulls out his gun, which means
it's
he's not
more of a
gonna see the movie
distraction.
at all.
Exactly.
Like, that pretty much ended the movie right there.
Yeah, I don't
So it's like, how is
understand.
that-
I don't understand his thinking in that
I don't
scenario.
either. I mean, I hate when people text during the movie too, but I ain't gonna like pull out a weapon or anything and be like, you know what, that's it,
Man, I don't.
you're done for.
Yeah, like I hate people that make noise in movies too, but I'm not gonna
Yeah.
pull out a gun or whatever and start shooting people. That's retarded. But
I mean, obviously the Colorado shooting as well. It might make it to where you might have to get like a metal detector before you go to a movie theater.
I was just thinking that, like, right when you enter the door, there's going to be metal detectors, and if you go off,
it's going to be like going to like a Raider game. You're going to have to get like searched.
Because I mean, if you can get into a movie theater that easily with a gun strapped on you, that's something needs to be done about that.
I swear, some people ruin it for everyone else.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was surprised. I mean, I knew about the story, but I didn't know he was a retired cop. I mean, it's just.
I mean, I'm all for trying to get somebody kicked out if they're really a nuisance, but, you know, not taking someone's life.
Yeah.
What kind of employee wouldn't go with him? I mean, you're getting a customer complaint, too. And you don't even bother to go and check it out. You just,
I wonder how much trouble the employee's going to get in that didn't go...
yeah, I know.
Fired.
You just cost a man his life. You're done.
Yeah.
But onto still some sad news to some people. Not as extreme as that, but Sam Neill is actually not going to be in Jurassic World. There was rumors about, you know, him coming back. He shot it down the other day. He said, "I'm sure it's going to be great." He told the Examiner this, but they don't need me. I think there's a whole new cast and a whole new look at things, and I think it's going to be great. As I said, I'd never say no, but I wish them well. So he's not going to be in Jurassic World. So if you're looking for Sam Neill to return to Jurassic Park World, all that good stuff, he's not going to come back.
Maybe we'll get William Macy back.
Maybe Jeff Goldblum. Is he going to come back?
No, he said he wasn't coming
back. I'm sure he could use the paycheck, but it's going to start Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, Ty Simpkins, Jake Johnson, Nick Robinson, and Irfan Khan.
I'm surprised they haven't got The Rock in there since he's in everything now.
We'll talk about The Rock here in a little bit, but yeah, so no Sam Neill for Jurassic World. So
it's because guys like Steven Spielberg aren't there anymore, and they're just changing everything up. It's just, I don't know.
Hopefully, some of the regular dinosaurs from the original.
Hopefully
they could use a paycheck. I'm sure.
Yes. Yeah, they could for sure. Yeah.
Otherwise, they go extinct.
Yeah. No, those suckers actually cost money. They don't make money.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
It is. But they're the main attraction, though. I think for any Jurassic Park movie
absolutely.
So far, it's all about the dinosaurs.
It's about they got the money. They could buy those.
As long as they have somewhat of a story, as long as the
they're gonna make it rain.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs are gonna make it rain.
They're gonna make it rain.
They're gonna make it rain with the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
It's raining dinosaurs.
Well, we're actually going to talk about Casey Affleck. Usually we're talking about Ben Affleck and Batman vs. Superman.
We'll talk about him too.
Oh, yeah, we got some on him.
We got the Afflecks on this show.
Yeah, for sure. But
not personally, but we got them in the show.
I mean, that'd be cool.
That would be awesome.
That would be cool. I think our audience would probably jump up a lot if we did.
Absolutely, yeah. But we're actually going to talk about Casey Affleck here because it was reported on Wednesday that director Mark Romanek is in discussion with Warner Brothers to helm the project The Boston Strangler. The script, which comes from this rookie Chuck McLean, has never wrote anything in his life, has drawn... The script is being considered one of the best films since Seven and Zodiac. So that's got a lot to say so far.
Company for sure.
And he's a rookie screenwriter, so must not be that bad.
Plagiarism.
Shia LaBeouf.
Right.
The film will be produced by Casey Affleck, who is also set to star in the film. The official synopsis is Albert Del Salvo was arrested in 1964 under suspicion of being the killer who stalked and murdered 13 women in the Boston area. However, his confessions were often broken, inaccurate statements where his claims would pinpoint him in multiple locations at once. Ultimately, his knowledge of the crimes was unmatched by anyone else, though proving his presence at the time and place of several crimes proved to be a challenge. He was tried for the rape and robbery of several people, but the killings themselves carried on an eerily ambiguous air, only complicated by Del Salvo's post-prison protestations of innocence while he was killed by another inmate in 1973. Even that death resulted in a hung jury with a lack of proper evidence available to incriminate his killer.
Interesting.
So it sounds like a dark role for Casey Affleck.
Makes me want to see this role. I mean, another dark role that he had was in the assassination of Jesse James.
Yeah, that's perfect. You said that. That's exactly what I was getting ready to say. It's not clear who he's going to play. If he's going to be playing Alberto Del Salvo, it's likely that he will. But yeah, he played a really dark character in the assassination of Jesse James, and I mean that got him an Academy Award nomination.
It's a good movie.
And Vic and I saw him in Out of the Furnace recently, and he was really great in that as well.
Amazing in that. He completely won me over with that performance. I'd never really seen him in any of his other movies, but this one I was like, whoa.
All the acting in that movie, actually. But
that's another snub too. Out of the Furnace, but
they got nominated for nothing. But
I could have told you that was going to happen with it. And as good movie as it is. I mean, I haven't seen it yet, but I already knew.
Yeah, but it sounds like an interesting role for Casey Affleck for sure. Also, we are going to talk about Shia LaBeouf, as I mentioned.
Shia LaBeouf.
As I mentioned, because Yeah, even Stevens is where it all started.
Exactly.
Brad Pitt and Shia LaBeouf. I never thought I would hear those two names in a sentence together, but apparently they're actually filming a movie together right now and not getting along on set so far. It was reported last week by Yahoo Movies UK that Shia LaBeouf has apparently upset several colleagues and set members, including the co-stars Brad Pitt, Jason Isaacs, and even the director David Ayers. They're all upset with Shia LaBeouf, apparently.
Yes.
A source told Daily Mail that Shia was warned about his behavior by several people on set, including Brad Pitt and director David Ayer. He did not heed any of their warnings and found himself staying in a small bed-and-breakfast hotel away from the rest of the cast. Shia drove everyone mad on set trying to prove that he was the most dedicated star. He pulled out his own tooth during the first weeks of filming and then refused to shower for weeks on end so he could better understand how his character would have felt living in the trenches. It's a World War II set film, so he's doing some method acting right now. And we've heard that in the past with Nymphomaniac. He did the same thing. He had sex with his co-star, actually had sex on film, and now he's dating his co-star, Mia Goth. Method acting. I mean...
Yeah, but I think there's a line where you don't... And I think he kind of crossed that line. I mean, I can guarantee you Daniel Day-Lewis wouldn't take it this far.
I was about to say because Daniel Day does it all.
Yes.
Yeah, he does it all the time, and he knows the limitations.
There's no reports of him.
Yeah.
Daniel Day-Lewis being a jerk or anything that I know of.
I mean, all actors prepare differently. And if he wants to get into his role, I mean, you shouldn't discourage him because he's doing something he's trying to better his career. Yeah, you guys mentioned Daniel Day-Lewis, and that's actually the perfect example because he's a method actor and he's won 3 Academy Awards.
Yeah, honestly, he's having nothing but bad publicity right now with this and like the whole Jim Carrey controversy and whatnot. The last tweet I remember him like putting on like his Twitter account after the whole Jim Carrey saying, "I'm no longer famous."
Yeah.
You kind of are not the way you're acting and whatnot.
I mean, he's a good actor, and he's proved that, and he's obviously working with great people in this movie like Brad Pitt, but his image, he's got to change his image. I mean, this is the second time in a month that he's been in the public news for negative reasons.
Yeah, I swear to God, I wouldn't be surprised if he's like on like some type of substance abuse.
He could be
or something because honestly, this is almost like the exact same thing what happened to Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah, exactly. And we all know what happened to her.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Lindsay.
Poor Lindsay.
Poor Lindsay.
She never recovered.
Yeah,
She's trying to.
Well,
trying to, but
trying.
give it like 4 months. We'll be talking about it.
Crash and burn.
But it is now time for this week's edition of
Vic's Pick.
Man. But it is time for Vic's Pick. Like Brian is always nice enough to yell for me. It's pretty nice.
Yes.
Vic's Pick, for those of you that may be new or just want to know the reason behind why we do Vic's Pick. It's basically just a movie that I like.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it might be a little older, maybe a little bit different, I guess you can say. But I like it, and I just want to share it with you guys. And I always bring like some trivia from it, little movie facts, all the little info that you want to know about it. And as always, I always post a picture on our Facebook and our Twitter, just a little sneak peek. First person to get it right always gets a shout out every week. And it's been going on for a couple weeks now that people have been getting it right. This week it was my good friend James Emerson over on Facebook there. Thanks Jay Wolf. That's his street name.
That's his street name, yeah.
But it is 2002's action sci-fi drama Equilibrium, which runs about 107 minutes, directed by Kurt Wimmer. Starring one of my favorites, Christian Bale. Sean Bean, William Fichtner, who was also in The Dark Knight. He's the bank teller manager guy that gets shot. So I thought it was kind of cool that 10 years later they're still working together. Emily Watson and Taye Diggs.
Taye Diggs.
Good old Tay.
The homie Tay.
Homie Tay.
Homie Tay!
But Equilibrium is it's based in the fastest future, which I'm not going to say what I said last time, but... Where all forms of feeling are illegal, a man in charge of enforcing the law rises to overthrow the system. Yeah, overthrow the system.
Pretty interesting
Christian Bale, yeah, he's a priest, and it's pretty fun.
Christian Bale. You had me at Christian Bale.
Right.
Yeah.
Production budget was at $20 million. Worldwide gross was $5.3 million, with $1.2 coming domestically. The rest of it was foreign. Top 3 films that weekend that it came out on December 6th through the 8th. Number 3 was Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Of course.
In its 4th week, still making $10 million.
Wow.
Number 2, debuting at number 2 is Analyze That, which made $11 million. Robert De Niro,
yeah.
of
Good
course.
movie.
Number 1, 007 was running the show. Number 1,
Pierce Brosnan, huh?
Die Another Day with $12.8 million in its 3rd week.
Who was in that one? Who was Bond in that movie?
Pierce Brosnan.
Was it Pierce Brosnan?
The Bronson.
I can never.
The Bronson.
The Bronson.
Die
Yeah.
Another Day. Was that the one with Femke Jensen? Maybe.
I don't remember. I just remember
There's
Pierce
so many
Brosnan.
Bond movies, man.
But Equilibrium actually debuted at number 20 with a measly $541,000.
So I'm assuming it was a limited release then, because
Yes, it is. That's actually, speaking of trivia that I like to do with the movies, the film was not given a wide release because it had already run into profit as a result of overseas sales. And Miramax didn't want to risk turning a moneymaker into a loss. But it only made,
Yeah.
4.1 million foreignly, so I don't know if
interesting decision.
maybe DVD sales already came
Maybe,
out or
I-
something. So I don't know. Although he actually drives a car in several scenes, Taye Diggs didn't know how to drive at the time of filming,
Wow.
which is kind of weird.
A lot of actors don't know how to drive, believe it or not.
Yeah.
They just spend their time acting.
Yeah.
So it's like acting or
They
driving.
don't need to. They pay somebody to do that.
Speaking of Harry Potter, that was still in the top 3 that weekend. Daniel Radcliffe auditioned for the role of John Preston's son. John Preston, played by Christian Bale, of course. Director Kurt Wimmer makes 2 cameos, a la Peter Jackson,
Yeah.
who Peter Jackson likes to show up every once in a while in his movies. And Christian Bale and Taye Diggs kept breaking the kendo stick swords during their sparring scene because they were actually hitting each other with them.
Ow.
That would hurt.
Kendo sticks aren't really break. I mean, yeah, they break, but you have to really hit somebody with those to like.
That would hurt. Ooh.
Yeah, it's basically what, like bamboo candlesticks.
Well, yeah,
It's
it,
bamboo.
it reminds me of that
Method
Tom
acting.
Green. Yeah, it reminds me of that scene from Tom Green where he's whacking that girl in the wheelchair. It's like, honestly, if I was that actress, I would be in pain.
Yeah.
That's method acting right there.
IMDb has this movie at a 7.6 out of 10. Not bad. It should be, I think, a little bit higher than that personally, but hey, 7 out of 6, it's not bad.
Yeah, come on, it's got Christian Bale in it.
Or 7.6, I could say. Rotten Tomatoes, the critics there didn't really like it. They gave it a 37% positive review, but Roger Ebert, the man, the myth, the legend, Roger Ebert, gave it 3 out of 4 stars.
In his opinion counts always.
Yes, it does.
It always does. It is on Netflix, 107 minutes. Christian Bale, like I said, never
Yeah.
disappoints.
Never.
And go ahead and check it out. Equilibrium.
Yes. Great Vic's pick this week.
Great Vic's pick.
Thank you.
Well, we're going to take a short little break, and when we come back, some weekly film fun facts and some unscripted movie scenes, so don't go away.
And Dr. Doom's here too.
2 minutes.
And we are back, and it's time for some weekly film fun facts, so take it away, Brett.
All right, guys, I got 3 for you today.
Whoa.
First, The Lion King was originally called King of the Jungle before they realized that lions don't actually live in jungles. I wonder who
They
had...
don't?
Apparently
They don't?
they don't.
I'll take it. I'll take that word, because I've never been to a jungle.
Yeah, I haven't either.
That is true. But The Lion King is one of my favorite movies of all time.
It's classic
is.
Disney, of course.
Did you see one of my friends actually posted something about, like, it had a picture of the Lion King, but it was talking about, like, that scene where they're on the rock, and he's like, this land will someday be yours. This is all, like, they were saying this land's all 49er land,
Oh my!
except for the dark corner over there. That's Seattle, but I would take you there, but we can't buy tickets.
Great movie reference, yeah. Also,
Go Seahawks.
no.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Get out of the Monster Moon Studios.
Speaking of Christian Bale, I mentioned him earlier. He actually voiced the character Thomas in Disney's Pocahontas. I never knew that.
I didn't either.
Voiced a Disney character in his yesteryear. So
What doesn't he do? I mean, that's the question.
that really is the question. It's the most appropriate
I have
question.
to watch that movie now.
That's crazy. I never knew that. And finally, in early drafts, the Time Machine in Back to the Future was supposed to be a refrigerator. Couldn't picture that.
I'm glad it wasn't.
Supposed to be a refrigerator. Turned out to be a DeLorean.
Try getting a refrigerator to 88. See how
Yeah.
that goes.
What are they gonna do? Like
So I
put
pretty
it on
much,
a wagon and push it or something? I don't know.
I'm sure whoever decided that idea probably worked on Bill and Ted's
Probably.
Excellent Adventure.
It was probably Keanu Reeves himself.
Wow, that's some good, some interesting film fun facts. But now it's time for unscripted movie scenes. Take 2.
Take 2.
Yes, and I got an old movie and a semi-new movie to talk about in this week.
Lay it on us.
I'll talk about the new one, or semi-new, 2011's Like Crazy.
Like crazy.
Starred Anton Yelchin, who was in Charlie Bartlett.
Yeah, I've never seen the movie. I know what he's talking about. He was also in Star Trek.
Yes.
The Russian.
Well,
dude.
his character he plays as Jacob, has flown to London to spend some time with the love of his life, Anna, which is played by Felicity Jones, except that they get into a massive argument in the kitchen, which seems to seal their fate. This entire scene, the whole argument, was improvised.
With Anton Yelchin?
Yes.
Wow. I mean, you have to be a pretty damn good actor to improvise, and he's coming up. He's stepping up.
And an interesting note, the Telegraph, the entire script was improvised based on director Drake Doremus' experiences in a long-distance relationship. Interesting. Yes. And finally, in 1932, Tarzan, the Ape Man.
Wow.
Yes, going way back. Expert yodeler Johnny Weissmuller came up with Tarzan's iconic echoing cry himself, forever cementing it in history.
You should do it, Brian.
I did it in my mind.
What?
I did it in my mind. I didn't think anyone was actually going to do it.
It sounded more opera-y.
Yeah, it was. He pulled it off much better. But every time we hear that, he came up with it himself. It wasn't in the script.
Amazing.
Yes.
And you automatically think Tarzan too. It's not really like, oh, I wonder what that is. It's like, no, it's
Yes, you know. But that is this week's unscripted movie scenes.
Great stuff.
Very nice. Very nice.
And now we're going to get right back into the news.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about one of my favorite video games, Hitman.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Video games and movies together.
Yeah, not a good combo so far.
No.
Not at all, no.
They already made a Hitman movie with Timothy Olyphant. Wasn't very good. I was disappointed in it.
Big time.
They are talking about remaking it, and originally it was supposed to be Paul Walker playing Hitman. But now that he's no longer with us, Rupert Friend is apparently replacing Paul Walker in this project.
I've never heard of Rupert Friend, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Have you?
Friend has appeared recently. He was in Pride and Prejudice, The Young Victoria, and was in The Boy in the Striped Pajamas.
Yeah. See, I don't know. When I picture Hitman, I don't know. I don't even know what he looks like, and I can't picture him. I just want Bryan Cranston would be sick. He's bald already. Well, he was, but I don't know.
That would be a very old Hitman.
Yeah, he would be, but hey, you can change it up. Don't be ageist. But I don't know. I want. They need to get a big star. They can't have some unknown actor, because Timothy Olyphant at the time he did it, he wasn't a mainstream actor. They need to get somebody big. Because video game movies aren't the thing.
You know who I think would make a killer Hitman, but I know it would never happen, ever.
Who?
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh, he would never do that.
I know. That's why I said it will never happen.
He can crush any role.
It would be an amazing Hitman movie.
He can crush any role.
I know he can.
But that would be a cold day in hell for sure if that happened.
Yes. Very.
I couldn't even see Paul Walker being Hitman.
Yeah, I couldn't either. I remember when we talked about it, I was like, "There's no way. I can't imagine seeing a bald Paul Walker."
Yeah.
Just no way. Couldn't do it.
I just think they need to get a big time star for this movie for it to be successful, to be honest.
Well, speaking of big time stars and apparently remakes or whatever, I guess you could say, because
of course we're going to talk about remakes.
Yes, we're going to talk about remakes because it's always happening. We're going to talk about Point Break. I'm sure a lot of people remember the original with Patrick Swayze, Keanu Reeves, and Gary Busey.
The best, worst movie ever made.
Yeah. This is what I told you off air. This is one of these movies where I'm not really mad or happy that they're remaking it.
It's an exception.
It's an exception. Okay, I wouldn't mind actually seeing this remake because the original was okay, not great.
See, we hate remakes, but there's those movies that you'll make an exception for.
Yeah, this is one of these exceptions. And who they have so far, I'm actually kind of already interested in seeing this.
Yeah.
They got Gerald Butler playing Bodhi, which was played by Patrick Swayze in the original.
See, that's what Hitman needs. They need a star like Gerard Butler to, because it said you'd already got your interest just by a name. They need a big time name, and Point Break's not doing that, but I'm sick of remakes. Yes. I don't want to see.
Well, that's all there is. Going forward, so.
I don't know. Me personally, I'm curious to see this movie now.
Well, it's definitely, with him on board, that's already got some attention on it.
Who knows? Maybe Keanu Reeves can play his old part again.
Himself.
Johnny Utah.
I'm sure he would be down for it.
especially after how well 47 Ronin did.
Yeah, of course.
Well, what's funny too is the director from Equilibrium, from my Vic's pick, is actually working on writing Point Break. So
Good luck, sir.
Yes.
he's actually done a lot of writing.
Yeah, he has.
So
He did Total Recall, I believe. I think
Yeah.
he wrote it. He didn't direct it.
no, yeah. But he does do a lot of writing. But now it's time for one of my favorite parts of the show. Just because we get to talk about Batman, Superman, which I'm a huge Batman fan. So the last few weeks we've been talking about rumors of who might be, playing who, or like who's being talked to.
Endless rumors.
Endless rumors. Jason Momoa, who was in the new Conan movie, was rumored to be like in the movie somehow, but he actually
He toked.
He toked?
He toked it up.
he toked it out to. He told IGN, it's just rumors. I want to say something amazing, but I can't comment on rumors. It's flattering, but I'm not involved in it. Maybe that's how it came out. The actor said when he reflected that he seemed like a no-brainer for a superhero film. Maybe someone said, hey, you know what, you should be in this. And I was like, oh yeah, that'd be great. And it just went too far.
So he's pretty much denied.
So he's denying it. He won't be in it. Especially now that The Rock's possibly involved.
Yeah.
That kind of, Rock's like huge muscle guy. So is Jason Momoa, but not
It's a battle of the muscles, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, actors have to deny things all the time. When their name's attached to some sort of project, whether it's true or not, they have to deny it. That's
Well,
publicity.
same thing happened with the guy that was supposed to be playing Nightwing from
Yeah,
the Girls.
Adam Driver, yeah.
He was rumored heavily to be Nightwing, and now he's like, oh, I'm not even.
Yeah, it happens all the time, whether it's true or not. But I don't know. I mean, where there's smoke, there's fire. And if there's a rumor, it's more than likely you at least had contact.
Especially if he toked to IGN.
If he toked with IGN, then it's so true. Yeah, but I mean, it's the battle of the muscles.
So
if Rock's involved,
shouting it, shooting it down, I should say. So
yeah.
I guess no Jason Momoa, which
Don't want none of the Rock.
It might not be true though. He could be involved.
I have a lot of news going forward still about
Yeah, you
Batman
do, for
Superman,
sure.
but so far I guess he's not involved with it whatsoever. So, but someone that might possibly be involved is now they're actually possibly not necessarily confirming the villains for the movie, but there's two. It's possibility of it being like a 2-villain movie.
Mm-hmm.
One of them, of course, would be Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
And the new one is someone who Superman might not want to see ever, because I think in the comic books, this person, or this monster, I guess you can call him, he takes Superman down all the time.
Ooh.
And this person is Doomsday.
Doomsday.
I'm pretty sure he even killed Superman at some point in the comics.
I'm not sure. Maybe. Probably.
He's
with a name like that.
Doomsday, yeah, he's a badass. But apparently him and Lex Luthor might be the Superman versus Batman villains.
Would not surprise me. I mean, with all the rumors we've been hearing about possible characters. I mean, I heard the other day about Aquaman being in the movie. We've heard the Flash, like all these people, but.
Well, remember when Wonder Woman was a rumor?
Yeah, and then it was
true.
confirmed. Yeah, so I mean,
So
anything
all this
could
could
happen.
happen.
Like I said, if it's being talked about, then it's more than likely it could happen.
And then something else. Continuing with this.
More, just
since we're talking about rumors.
pour it
and
on.
whatnot, this might all be leading to a Justice League movie that we've, kind of briefly talked about here and there.
Yeah.
It's basically made to compete with, like, the Avengers.
The Avengers, yeah.
But Latino Review is saying that it might actually be shooting back-to-back. The Justice League movie might be shooting back-to-back with Batman vs. Superman. And they give a couple reasons why as well. The first reason was to maximize everybody's schedules.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck's a busy man. Henry Cavill he's in demand now after he's proven to be like a moneymaker. Just everybody's a workaholic too. Christian Bale. Well, not Christian Bale. I wish he was in it.
Yeah, I wish.
Which would be awesome. But, like Amy Adams, Lawrence Fishburne, they're all pretty busy people. So to get them all together at one time, hey, why not? And also because apparently the ending to Batman vs. Superman is going to end just
It's
like
gonna
a
have
cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Like a cliffhanger kind of ending.
Stealing a Marvel page.
Teaser kind of cliffhanger.
Yeah.
So they, if they make a movie right away after that, they can release it a year later and still be relevant.
Yeah.
Because Marvel's putting out movies like
Yeah,
all the
they want to
time.
get right on board.
So they, if they want to compete with them, I think Justice League can be big too.
Yeah,
'Cause who
of course
doesn't
it
like
can.
Batman and Superman and like Wonder Woman.
It's just as popular as the Avengers.
So it might be shooting back to back. They do start shooting in February.
Yeah.
For the most part, as far as we know, they already started doing like just scene, like exterior shots and whatnot. But they might be shooting back to back with the Justice League movie.
With all this news about double villains and all these other characters that we're talking about, that's what they're assembling. They're assembling up for the Justice League. So I mean, yeah, it makes sense with everyone's schedule to film back to back. So big things coming for DC for sure.
I also read something that Wonder Woman's scenes, I guess, in Batman vs Superman are going to be filmed like towards the end. Like she's not really going to be in it that much. but she's going to be in it, and of course that'll definitely lead to Justice League. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Very nice. Very
there
nice.
we go. Can't wait for that one.
Well, we're going to shift away from all those and go to another comic book that we've talked about on the show, Ant-Man.
Yes. Marvel now.
Yeah, we've already talked about it before. We've confirmed to you that Paul Rudd is going to be playing Ant-Man.
Mm-hmm.
But you also mentioned on the show that there's more than one Ant-Man.
Yeah, the possibility.
Well, now this
Yeah.
is actually
A reality.
a reality. Exactly, because they now have officially confirmed, and I never thought I'd ever say this together in a sentence.
Yeah, this literally shocked me.
Michael Douglas and Paul Rudd are Ant-Man.
Yeah. And it's the confusion here because, like I said about the possibility of being two Ant-Man, it was based off like a Marvel comic where someone tries to steal Ant-Man's technology to commit crimes, and they would both be Ant-Man. Apparently, Michael Douglas was casted as Hank Pym, who is like
Yes.
the main Ant-Man. So
Yes, and Paul Rudd is playing Scott Lang now, who takes over, apparently, or something. I don't know.
So then Michael Douglas is Ant-Man.
Yes.
He's
the original Ant-Man.
It's a long way.
And
from
Paul
Simon
Rudd
Pegg.
is the replacement
Yeah.
of Ant-Man.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a long way from Simon Pegg. So
Michael Douglas, he's a great actor. He won a Golden Globe the other night. How old is he? I mean, that's
83.
83. Is he carrying a walker? No, I mean that's pretty old for a superhero. I mean that's like when we talked about Tom Hanks maybe wanting to play a superhero. Interesting choice for sure. Yeah, it was a shocker for sure.
Yes, I don't know. The film is supposed to launch Phase 3 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which will follow Avengers Age of Ultron, which is May 1st, 2015 release. So,
Wow.
yeah.
We'll see what else
Amazing.
happens. I'm sure they're not
Michael
done.
Douglas as Ant-Man.
Crazy. Well, we are going to talk about one of my favorite filmmakers because some big news about him came out this past week. We're going to talk about Quentin Tarantino. And a few months back, we talked about Quentin Tarantino's new movie. He revealed that it is a Western genre, but he didn't give any more details. But now details are starting to come out, and the film will be titled The Hateful Eight. It's like I said, a Western again. Also being reported is that Quentin Tarantino wrote a part in the film for his newly found collaborator Christoph Waltz, who's won him 2 Academy Awards playing Quentin Tarantino characters. So, I mean, they were a match made in heaven, these two. And also Bruce Dern, who was a Golden Globe nominee the other night, and he will be an Academy Award nominee in March, is also rumored for a lead role. So, Quentin Tarantino, The Hateful Eight, Christoph Waltz, Bruce Dern. Sounds like Oscar material to me so far.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, the title, I mean, he likes to steal his stuff, Quentin Tarantino. Django was actually a movie back in the 60s, and he kind of named it after that. But the title has drawn a lot of comparison to John Stooge's 1960 Western, The Magnificent Seven. So, the Magnificent Seven and The Hateful Eight. So, it sounds kind of similar. But, I mean, I really love the fact that Christoph Waltz is involved with this. I mean, I was even wondering after we talked about it being a Western, I'm like, okay, Christoph Waltz has to be in this movie. He just won Tarantino 2 Academy Awards.
Tarantino just loves Waltz.
And then Bruce Dern, who is going to be an Academy Award nominee, sounds like a Tarantino movie I'm going to want to see for sure.
Oh, yeah.
The Hateful
especially if you
Eight.
get actors that have already worked with and won you awards.
Yeah.
Why not keep working with them?
Yeah.
So.
And we'll see what happens after Django Unchained with what happens with this Western, but definitely interesting. And finally, we have to end things with some Star Wars news because
It's been a while.
It has been a
I feel
while.
like it's been a while without some Star Wars news. So
Yes.
But more rumors, of course. Nothing's official yet. We're still waiting on some confirmations, but more rumors. But these ones are a little bit more serious because apparently we're going to be talking about Jesse Plemons when it comes to Star Wars for at least the next couple weeks. Because, I mean, I remember seeing him in a small part in Like Mike, a movie I watched when I was little. Had little Bow Wow in it.
I was gonna say, is that the one with Little Bow Wow?
Yeah, it's the basketball movie. He was in the movie, and then he was in Friday Night Lights, the television series, and then he was most recently seen in films like The Master, which was an Academy Award-nominated film, had Joaquin Phoenix, Philip Seymour Hoffman, but recently he was in Breaking Bad, where he played a psychotic neo-Nazi, and he did a damn good job. And now he's got a lot of... he was also in Battleship, too, I think, but he's got a lot of attention now after those movies, and apparently he had a audition that he sent in J.J. Abrams, and apparently Abrams was so impressed that he's actually called in Plemons to come in and do a face-to-face audition. So that's the first. I mean, that's
And not everybody gets that.
no one gets. Yeah, that's
exactly.
he must have had a pretty damn good audition if he actually is getting called in face to face to meet with the director.
So, in other words, if you know where J.J. Abrams is at, film your audition and send it to him.
Exactly, but just make sure you do a damn good job. But that's the first we've heard about somebody being that's actually shocked J.J. Abrams and like the creators. I mean, this sounds pretty official, but I mean, there's a lot more rumors. Also, Michael Fassbender has been rumored for a role in Episode 7, which would be pretty interesting to see because he was just nominated for a Golden Globe on Sunday. And he kind of reminds me of like a Ewan McGregor as an actor.
Yeah, I was going to say he would fit like an Obi-Wan type character.
They go for British actors in Star
bad.
Wars. Yeah, that's a great comparison, but I mean,
I still want Benedict Cumberbatch in this somehow, but
they were actually rumored together in the report I read. It was Benedict Cumberbatch and Michael Fassbender. So I think the possibility of both those two being in it would be definitely intriguing. I mean, I'm already intrigued, but
I want somebody like Darth Maul back.
we can dream. But actually, there's actually some a little more details on the plot that I'm pretty interested in because, I mean, I wasn't expecting this, but it was also reported that Episode 7 will have Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, and Carrie Fisher, the original cast. They're going to be the lead roles in the film, with their offspring being more of supporting characters. So it's kind of going to be about the original cast again a little bit, from what I'm hearing. So it's kind of, I mean, the reason why they're doing that is for, like, so they can pass down the torch properly.
Yeah, you have to do it that way.
Because you're going to have 2 more movies, 8 and 9, so... But, I mean, Jesse Plemons, that's pretty... I mean, a lot of people think he's auditioning for the role of Luke Skywalker's son. I mean, he kind of looks... You know, he's got the right look. He kind of looked like Mark Hamill when he was younger, so... A lot of people think he's going to play Luke Skywalker. It's kind of unknown what Michael Fassbender would play, but it's just adding more names to a long list of rumors that we've had, but they've all been good ones.
That is very good.
Yeah, so we'll keep you updated with Star Wars news, but that is the news, actually.
Right, nice.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about Matthew McConaughey winning the Golden Globe. That was unexpected, really.
Yes. I had a feeling he was going to win that.
Vic called it.
Yes, he did.
all right.
All right. Well, it is now time for Trailer of the Week. And it is Draft Day.
Yeah, I showed you guys this trailer 3 weeks ago or so. It was
Yes.
a pretty interesting trailer. I mean,
It was, honestly, like, this one was a no-brainer because really the only other trailer I saw, which, I mean, it looked interesting, but, like, there's no way it was going to win Trailer of the Week against this, was Clown.
oh, yeah, no, thank you. I mean, this movie looks interesting because there's never been this much involvement with a film and, like, a popular sport like the NFL. I mean, the last thing I could think about was Moneyball and the Oakland A's. Like, they
Yeah,
really
Moneyball.
but, I mean, this has never been done with the NFL.
Yeah. Well, the movie stars Kevin Costner, Jennifer Garner, Tom Welling, Sam Elliott, and Dennis Leary, and it's the general manager of the Cleveland Browns struggles to acquire the number 1 draft pick for his team. It's an awesome trailer. It got an awesome plot, awesome cast. It is coming out April 11th. So, definitely.
That's actually around draft day.
Yes.
Believe it or not. And they actually filmed it on last year's draft day.
Kevin Costner has a ton of movies coming out this year, it seems like.
Yeah, he does.
He has Jack
Ryan,
Ryan coming
yeah.
out this
Yes.
Friday.
Yes.
This one, I think he has a couple other ones too, but it's the year of the Costner.
It is for sure.
Yeah, he's still around.
It would be the Cleveland Browns too, right? I mean, like one of the worst teams. They had to pick the Cleveland Browns. They couldn't pick anybody, good, right? Come on.
But that is Trailer of the Week. And it is now time for our new releases. And these are the movies that come out this Friday at a theater near you. So we're going to start right down the list. We're going to talk about an animated film, which stars Will Arnett, Brendan Fraser, Liam Neeson, and Katherine Heigl. It's called The Nut Job.
The Nut Job. Wow.
Yes. Surly, an independent squirrel is banished from his park and forced to survive in the city. Luckily for him, he stumbles on the one thing that may be able to save his life and the rest of the park community as they gear up for winter. Murray's Nut Store.
Okay.
There's a little bulldog thing that... Have you seen, like the trailer where the little
Yeah.
bulldog's like, look at my tail, and he's like dancing?
I have not seen that at all.
Yeah.
You're not missing much.
Okay.
Yeah.
I figured.
It is an animated film, so, I mean, honestly, my
That's like top 3 right there.
top... It's in the top 4,
Ooh.
I'm assuming.
Oh,
But then again, who knows? Frozen might surprise us all and stay in the top 4.
Frozen's going to go to number 1 again.
I don't know about that.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Don't know about that. Also coming out this Friday is Ride Along, which stars Kevin Hart and Ice Cube. Fast-talking security guard Ben joins his cop brother-in-law, James, on a 24-hour patrol of Atlanta in order to prove himself worthy of marrying Angela, James's sister. I kind of want to see this too. It looks good. It looks funny.
Great duo, I think.
I think this is probably the movie that The Heat should have been.
Maybe. It's a good duo.
It is a good duo.
Melissa McCarthy and Sandra Bullock
honestly,
was weird.
Yeah. It was a weird combination between those two, but that was the female version. This is the guy's version.
We'll see how it does.
Also coming out, Jack Ryan Shadow Recruit, which stars Chris Pine, Kevin Costner, and Keira Knightley. Jack Ryan, as a young covert CIA analyst, uncovers a Russian plot to crash the U.S. economy with a terrorist attack.
Based on the Tom Clancy characters,
yes.
Of course.
Yes. I actually also want to see this movie as well.
Mm-hmm.
It looks pretty darn good. Chris Pine is going to be one of those actors within the next few years where he will be an A-list actor.
If he's not already, I mean,
I don't see him as an A-list actor right now, but I can see him.
He's more of like a blockbuster.
Because he's in Star Trek and now this.
He's in Star Trek, but he's not quite there yet. But
that's
he almost
blockbuster. That's the perfect name.
Yeah, that's a great analogy.
Copyright that
though for sure.
Yes, he's getting there.
Yeah.
And finally, a horror film for everybody, Devil's Due.
Oh boy.
Which stars Allison Miller, Zach Gilford. After a mysterious lost night on their honeymoon, a newlywed couple finds themselves dealing with an earlier-than-planned pregnancy. While recording everything for posterity, the husband begins to notice odd behavior in his wife that they are initially write off to nerves. But as the months pass, it becomes evident that the dark changes to her body and mind have a much more sinister origin. In other words, she's birthing Satan.
Aren't they all unplanned? Right? You know?
That's what they, yeah.
This reminds me of like Rosemary's Baby or something.
We have to apologize for all the mothers that are listening to the show.
It's terrible. It's just, no.
But yes, those are our new releases for this week.
Yeah.
Couple that I definitely want to see for sure. Right.
Yes.
So Ride Along and
Jack Ryan Shadow Recruit.
I call him Jack Reacher, but
Jack Reacher.
Which was a good movie too. But
maybe they're related somehow.
You got a horror film and you got an animation film. I mean, that makes it a little tough.
Yeah, an action film and a comedy. We got all different genres this week.
Good luck. Who wants to go first?
I usually go first, so I'm going to get my attempt wrong right now.
Okay.
I'm going to have Lone Survivor still at number 1.
Okay.
Followed by Frozen at number 2.
Okay.
At number 3, I'm going to have to go with Devil's Due.
Okay.
And at number 4, Ride Along.
All right. Vic, what you got?
At number 1, I will have Jack Ryan at number 1. Number 2, Ride Along. Number 3, Lone Survivor. And number 4, Devil's Due.
All right. We all got very different predictions for sure. Number 1, I got Lone Survivor. Number 2, I got Ride Along. At number 3, I got Devil's Due. And at number 4, I got Jack Ryan Shadow Recruit. All very different.
Yes, very different indeed.
And all probably wrong.
All probably wrong.
Yeah, probably.
We are starting off 2014 right, getting them all wrong.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed.
Well, it's now time to reveal the movie. Do you guys know what the movie is?
I believe so. Give the plot again, though, of course.
A young boy attempts to make the world a better place after his teacher gives him that chance.
Is Helen Hunt in this movie?
Possibly.
How do we do this? Because, I mean...
Because what if we both have it right?
Well, you don't say until we both guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I won't say.
So I'll go first. Is it Pay It Forward?
Is it paid forward? Yes. Yeah.
Is that your answer too?
Yeah, of course.
You're both right.
Woo.
Yes.
It is Pay It Forward.
All right.
So you both got it this week.
There we go.
So you're up 2-1 now.
Yes.
Still losing. That sucks.
Tally that up, please. Tally.
Oh,
We will tally.
We
We
will.
will
I don't
tally.
actually need this on my board anymore, believe it or not, because what we have to announce before we leave our show is Movie Talk has got its own website.
Yes.
Woo!
It's being designed.
Yes.
It's in the progress of being made for all you guys, but it's going to launch on February 1st.
Yes, and we've actually kind of showed tidbits through our social media here and there.
We got people writing reviews for us, so
Yes.
thank you for all those people who are writing the reviews.
And we continue to ask you all for your reviews. So if you want to be a part and contribute to Movie Talk Radio,
Here's your chance.
yes, here's your chance. Send us your review on any movie that you've seen, and we will post it on our website.
Yes. But also, that's not the only announcement we have to make.
Yes. Our other announcement is we are going to be shifting our iTunes account. So the one account that you have right now,
That are subscribed to us.
that are subscribed to us, next week you're going to have to subscribe to a different one. Because this one that you have now will be no longer in service.
Yep.
If that makes any sense.
It makes total sense. So, I believe it's, I don't know the link yet.
No, it actually is live right now.
Oh, is it?
Yes. So, I mean, if you wanted to, you could already subscribe to it right now, but we won't post anything until next week on that. Mm-hmm. But if you want to go on iTunes and just type in Movie Talk Radio into the search icon, that'll be actually the first thing that pops up when you go to the podcast. You'll see our new Movie Talk logo.
A little easier to navigate, but...
Yes, a lot easier to find.
Yes.
Since we've had problems from people that complained that they had trouble finding it, so...
Yeah. But, like, it's a new start for Movie Talk.
Yes.
Fresh start, the website, everything. So, thank you again for listening. Yes. Follow us on Twitter at Movie Talk Radio and on Facebook, Movie Talk Radio.
Yes.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's
you said it all, man.
That's a wrap, I guess.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
I don't want to leave you guys.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, we will see you guys next week.
Thank you for listening to the Monster Moon Radio Network.